Callum MacLeod making his championship debut, and John Hastings came to Durham's rescue after Tom Smith and Simon Carrigan had threatened to make the opening day of this LV County Championship match at the Emirates Old Trafford, Lancashire's. Paul Collingwood batted after winning the toss in a huge game between two sides trying to avoid the drop into the second division in just more than a month's time. Lancashire began this game in the bottom two, 11 points behind their opponents, having played one game more, so the need for Glen Chapel's side to come away from this encounter with a win was the greater. Mark Stoneman made an encouraging start, but it was by no means easy for him and Keaton Jennings, as Tom Bailey, playing in only his second LV County Championship game and his first of this summer, caused many problems with the new ball, Stoneman fortunate on more than one occasion not to nick behind. Bailey's opening spell brought him the figures of 0 for 34 from 7 overs, and he perhaps deserved better than that, as Stoneman and Jennings got going with a 50-run stand in 12 overs. Chapel then took himself off and handed Smith the cherry, and with his first ball, he did find the edge of Stoneman's bat to send him on his way for 31. It was the start of a bad spell for the visitors, who next lost Jennings for 26, trying a reverse paddle off Kerrigan to be very well held by Stephen Croft at short leg off the glove. 66 for 2 became 75 for 3 when Scott Borthwick made a mess of a shot over the top off Kerrigan to give Chapel a simple catch at mid-off. Before, in the next over, Smith celebrated a 50th championship wicket in a season for the first time in his career, as Collingwood edged behind before troubling the scorers. 5 wickets fell in a 14-over spell in which only 32 runs had been scored when Phil Mustard gave Kerrigan his 3rd wicket on the first morning with an LBW, the ball already turning plenty. This was a used pitch, indeed it was the one so loved by one and all in the recent Test match, and it certainly offered assistance for both the spinner and for the seamer, who put his back into his deliveries. So, MacLeod and Michael Richardson deserved credit for developing a partnership for the 6th wicket in the afternoon. They'd come together with their side in a hole on 82 for 5, but both played nicely against the mix of pace and spin, Lancashire giving Stephen Parry a rare outing in the 4-day game. This pair added 63 runs in 26 hard-working overs before Richardson on 38 gave Smith his 3rd success of the day and Usman Khawaja a catch in the gully. So Lancashire were very well placed with their opponents on 145 for 6. Enter Hastings, who decided to take on a different approach than the others. Instead of scratching around, the Australian attacked the bowling, especially the 2 left-arm spinners. If either of them overpitched, they were belted down the ground or pulled over the rope if they changed their lengths dramatically. Such striking took Durham to 199 for 6 at tea. After the break, MacLeod, making his championship debut, was out for 84 when he was trapped in front by Bailey to end an important stand for the 7th wicket of 145. Hastings was only 10 away from his career best score when, on 83, he was bowled by a peach from Smith in the penultimate over of the day. The big partnership had also allowed Ben Stokes to drive up from London after being left out of the Test team. He came in at number 9 and made 24 not out to lead his team to 329 for 8 by the close, a much better position than Durham might have been on the day when they found out that Graham Onions will be out for the rest of the season through injury.